welcome back to another episode of Kally and Hodo.
Guys, me and Colton are going to have a show one day. And it's going to be the Kally and Hodo show. And y'all gonna be coming.
Kally and Hodo show. And it's like such a cliche name. If you guys could think of some like great names for our show.
That'd be great.
I, 20 male, having mixed feelings about this girl I wanted to marry. She is 3 years older than me and is ready to get married and move out. Currently, I'm still studying and I don't have a proper job or career yet. The thing is, my family is dependent on me since my parents are separated.
Oh.
No. My mother works while I, the oldest one, takes care of my siblings and the household. Anything related to school work, official documents or any big purchases, I'm always there to guide my mum in and make the right decisions. Even my mum tells me she doesn't know what she would have done without my help, so my family is dependent on me. So I met this beautiful girl. She's also Muslim. We've been talking for a while and I really do have true feelings for her. She's been talking about getting married for the longest time, but sometimes lets her emotions get the best of her. Any major problems we have, she would resort to breaking up. Classic.
We all do that.
Seems like I'm the only one that cares about this relationship, but she just says it's because we don't live together and couples get along well with intimacy. Our parents know about each other, but she ended things a while ago. But since then, we've been secretly talking and hanging out. We both share the same ideas, goals and plans for our future. So she's beautiful. We click since day one and everything else is good. Here is the issue, is that I'm still a young guy, I don't have a career, and I can't just move out and live with her. Even if I did have a job, which I'm close to getting, I won't be able to leave my family on their own. My mum and siblings would really struggle without me. But at the same time, for some reason, I have these strong feelings for this girl and I can't see herself with anyone else. And just the thought of her marrying another guy hurts me.
Oh, we love that.
Currently, we are talking, but not romantically. She says that once I get a job, we can get married and continue what we had going on. Obviously, my family is important and I'd never leave them. Even if I get a job, I'll be still supporting my mum and my siblings. If there is anything I can do to find compromise in supporting my family and being with this girl, I would take that. It sucks because these thoughts keep running on in my mind and I'd like some thoughts from others. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's just not classic Somali girl.
It is. I think it's the classic struggle of first generation immigrant children who have just finished university and they're supporting their families. And I think this is what we all go through in terms of just pressure.
And like
terms of household
and also like it's just sad because you know what it is, I used to know this guy when I was at uni and he started saving for his marriage from first year uni. So whatever student loans and stuff that he used to get, he would save because he knew it's going to be so expensive. So he's like literally funneling student loan money to prepare him for that. And I was
quite
like,
smart though. I think with people who aren't first generation immigrants, they have the privilege of basically having support from their families. Their families are already established, they own homes, they've got equity, they've got all these things that we're currently getting ourselves because of the situation.
It's annoying because it's like, oh, my child's getting married, I'm going to remortgage the house.
I think with this guy, I think what he's doing is good in terms of, obviously they're still young, like 20 and 23.
I know, but it's like encouraged, isn't it though? If he's Muslim, it's encouraged.
Like if he wants to get married, I don't have a problem with that. I think if he wants to get married, but like he's already saying what he wants to do, which is he's not ready right now, he's not financially stable yet. So I personally think he should get his job, get his money up, have a conversation with this girl, you know, have a clear direction of what you both want to do. All right, doggy, stop now. And he needs to explain that to her and just be like, and he also needs to explain, this is one thing that I've realized, when you come into a marriage, you can't keep things in relation to like family pressure, the way that you're going to be supporting your family financially from your partner. Like you need to say that.
You have to be open about everything in the beginning. But also I feel like if he wants to wait so he can get his money up or whatever you want to call it, I don't think there's any like reason why the girl should just hang about and wait for him. You know, if she gets a better offer. No,
but it's just...
She should take it. But we honestly think about it, if someone says to you, I want to get married to you, but I need you to wait. Like...
But I need you to wait on what basis, though? He's not doing it on like a F-boy basis. He's actually
he's
saying,
doing it in a good way. I know, but even in a non-F-boy basis, I just feel like it's not fair for a girl to have to wait.
I don't think...
If she's ready.
I get.
And you know what it is? The problem is he's not ready, but she is. But then she should go and find someone who is ready.
But what if she's willing to invest all her eggs in that person? Because
then by all means, then grow together. But you know what it is? We can't. I just think.
I don't think
we shouldn't like encourage. Because you know what it is? The waiting period just means that they're just going to be dating and very non-halal. Do you know what I mean? For a while until he's able to sort himself out. That's if he even sorts himself out. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't think she should hang about.
I really, I agree where you're coming from. I just think personally, the way I see it is, he's made a declaration. He said he wants her. He said he wants to get married.
I know. He sounds really sincere.
Do you know what I mean? Like he sounds sincere. He sounds like he's got his head screwed on. Yeah. He said that this is the goal and the plan that he wants to do. I think he should have a conversation with her. Say, this is what I need to do in order to get married.
What if the goal and the plan takes 10 years?
Then that's a decision she needs to make. I don't think she should wait that long. But if she's willing to invest in this person to grow together, see, I don't see a problem with that. But I think the other problem here is that he's not speaking to her about is the fact that he's supporting his family as well. Like, is she going to be happy with that? Is she going to be okay with that? Because
but I think that's
a portion of his salary will be going to that family.
Yeah, I think that's his fear, is like, will I have enough to be able to support my mum, siblings, as well as potentially a new wife? Which is granted, like, I get that.
And she needs to actually understand how big of a big promise that is. Family.
Like, if for example in about 2 years he gets his shit together and she's
still, but he's just said in the message that he's going to get a job in a few months' time.
What's he going to say to her? Oh, by the way, I've just got this job, so he's not going to say I'm ready. He's going to be like, oh, but I need to still save for X amount of time and blah 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 blah.
But don't you think that's a conversation?
Honestly, you know what I think? I feel like
how much is she willing to wait for him? Because to me it seems like they're invested, but long term, if you want a relationship,
I just don't think that their thought processes are aligning though. He's thinking about, like,
he's saying he wants to get married.
Yeah, he's saying he wants to, but she wants to get married now. So I feel like they're not on the same page. Do you get it? Also, another thing that I was going to say is, I know obviously the Deen encourages men and women to get married young. Yeah. But there's really nothing wrong with waiting. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That is my, like, take from this whole thing.
And they can separate, they can come back to each other. You never know what can happen. Like, I don't think they should ultimately be locked. They should lock each other off from other people.
I feel like they can still be friends, but I just feel like Shaka good at, like, about marriage and stuff, to just be parked until he can come to her and firmly say, you know what, I'm ready to do this, blah blah blah. You know what I don't like is give me 6 months, and then it's give me 1 year, and then it's give me a year and a half.
Yeah, no, I think that's stalling. That's stalling.
A flipping duck.
But don't you think those are conversations you need to have with a person in order to, like, clarify how serious they are to get married?
I know, but
because if someone came to you and said, Colton, I want to get married in 2 years' time, this is what I'm willing to, like, put into the marriage, this is the life that I want for us, you've got the same goals as this person, what would you do?
I'd say no.
So no, as in, like, I'm not getting married right now, or no, would you say, like, let's just completely dead this whole thing?
I'd say you do what you need to do when you're ready, and if I'm still single, come back, yeah.
Exactly. So so in this situation, if he's the one saying, I do want to get married, I just haven't sorted out my life yet, why can't he have the space to have that conversation with her, to say, hey, this is the plan that I've got.
Well, that's what I mean. I feel like it's either they have him ahead now and go through the whole struggle together, or they wait, but I don't think she should wait for him. I feel like if someone else comes along and sweeps her off her feet, then that's fair game, do you know what I mean?
I agree with that. I just also think that...
But he sounds like a really nice guy.
Do you know what I mean?
He actually sounds like a really nice guy.
I feel like he's got major problems. He's got all the life problems that all of us face as, like, first immigrants.
It's like, oh, can I actually get married and leave my household? because like I.
But that's the problem in this situation. If he gets married, his household's attached to him.
I know. It's like, oh, can I really get married? Because if I do, how am I going to still be able to support my mum? And then yeah. So I don't know.
But I think again that's a conversation you need to have with your partner. If that's the promise that you made, if that is what you're willing to do for your family, you should involve your partner and say this is what's going to be happening in terms of our finances. This is what I'm going to be taking out to support my family, regardless if it comes from both of you or if it comes from your own salary. That's a conversation you need to have. I literally think this is on a person basis. If you're willing to do that much for your partner, that's a decision you've made. And again, I think this is all based on age. I think the older we get, the bigger we realise, like, we don't want the hassle. The only thing that I'm arguing is, if this girl is going into this, knowing this situation, knowing what this guy's going through, and she still wants to be with him, and they've agreed a plan, I don't think there's a problem with that. I think that's her problem.
No, there isn't. It's entirely what she's. But
I just personally think the older you get, the wiser you get in terms of the things that you can handle.
And the 50-year span that you're together, it probably won't be smooth sailing.
Of course.
Because of all the challenges
could lose jobs
of life. Yeah.
You could just be.
But I'm just saying, it's like, when that happens, you're already married, so you have a choice, let's be real. You have to, it's sink or swim together. But I'm saying beforehand, where you're actually choosing someone for who they are, you're looking at their personality, you're looking at their good qualities and things like that. But then you're also looking at kind of the extra stuff that they're also dealing with. You can make a decision as to whether
which
or not
outweighs
you want
which one.
Which outweighs, or do you know what I mean? Or you just, istihara it and then put your trust in Allah, you go. But I'm just saying, you also have the choice to be like, no, this is not what I want for myself.
And I agree.
And I just think this woman has to decide if this is something that she wants to go in knowing, these bumps and stuff are going to happen really early on, because of the situation this guy is in already.
So I just want to quickly go back to a bit where the girl said, so he goes, seems like I'm the only one that cares about this relationship, but she says it's because we don't live together and couples get along well with intimacy. I just want to pause you there. You will always have the same problems regardless of intimacy.
She doesn't understand that when you move in together, that's when it's going to be a madness, because you're coming into someone's space and you don't know what this person's like in their space, so the problems will arise, the clashes will happen.
I feel like there's so much pressure in the sense that how do you navigate life
there's a lot of pressure, I'm not gonna lie.
It's really hard, and financially, just when you come out of university, you're not the same as your peers, because all your peers are saving their student loans, or the first job they get, their salary belongs to them. Whereas majority of us, half the salary goes into the household. Your mum's robbing you for her. But it goes back into the house that you came from, which is necessarily not a bad thing. But when you get to the age of 29.
Another thing that someone was saying to me recently was that even if you go into a marriage and it's going to be a bit of a struggle marriage in the beginning, the fact that you're doing something quite big for the sake of Allah means that Allah is basically going to find a way out. No, it's going to basically find a way out for your problems, because you're doing something for his sake. It's not necessarily a bad thing for her. That's why I said just have your meher, do you know what I mean? It's not necessarily a bad thing to get married in that situation, but it's
I think you can come up together, you can grow together.
You grow together, it's character building. On the flip side, there's the higher rates of divorce. But you know what it is? Even if there are high rates of divorce, there are also high rates of people finding their second partners and living very blissful, happy lives. So I just feel even if something doesn't work out the first time, there's still the second, third and fourth. And I just feel there should be no stigma or anything
attached to marriage or
just do you.
Do you think people who are currently married sell you fairy tales? But that's a good thing, because it shows that marriage.
I would prefer someone to give me, because I like when people say marriage is hard.
It is hard,
though. Say marriage takes two people to make it. I think that's a valid point. Those are the kind of opinions that I appreciate. I don't appreciate.
Why don't you want someone to say that they love their marriage or that they're in a bubble? do you feel like that's not, they're
It's
not
not
being
balanced.
real?
It's not a balanced answer.
Oh, why are you looking for the negative? That's not
It's not
that's
looking
what
for
I'm
the
looking.
negative. It's like, you know,
make
in
it
essay
real.
writing, yeah? Just generally essay writing, you've got to produce balanced arguments from either side and then come to a conclusion of what you think. Sahmata.
Valid.
Yeah, so I just feel like when someone gives you the pros and the cons collectively, you can make a well-rounded decision.
Of course.
And have more well-rounded kind of like, you have both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
So I prefer, that's what I like.
I really like older couples that, not older couples, but I like people that have been married for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So I can be like, how have you done this? Like, what's the bloody sauce? What's the secret?
Yeah.
Because it's true, marriage is pretty hard. Especially the first few years, especially if you have children.
Actually, yeah, I think it's once you get through like the first few years.
No, I just feel like we grew up in like households where, actually no, your parents were married obviously until he passed away, but like Ilan had his stuff. But I just feel like I came from like a single mum background, so like my understanding of, I never had like male figures around me, so my only point of view of marriage was like movies. Do you know what I mean? I didn't see any like successful Muslim marriages in my face, and that's not to say a bad thing. I just think I didn't grow up around.
Weren't well equipped.
Do you know what I mean? So my idea of marriage was very fairy tale-y.
Yeah.
So like when I came into it, I was like, well, like this is what it is. But like obviously you grow to like, you choose a partner that you can work with, and I think that works. So a lot of the times when I have conversations about marriage to people, it's always like, that's why I was like, what do you mean? Why are you always looking for the negative?
Yeah.
Because every time I talk about marriage to someone, a lot of people grew up in the same way that I have, like in single parent households. So it's like they don't know any better from what they've seen.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's on us as a generation to like, not to put pressure on people, but it's like it's on us to like show what a good marriage can be. It's not by force. Black love. But like even in Black Love, like I don't see a lot of Muslim, like now I'm seeing it in the young couples, but like come on.
Yeah, there's not.
What are really good examples of like good Muslim couples that actually talk about the reality of what marriage is, not the like be patient with your man, all that BS. Like I can't. Do you know what I mean? You need the reality of it, so I get that aspect. Guys, that is the end of the video. Please let us know what you guys think in the comments below. On me, is Colton harsh? Am I being dumb? What is the situation here? So yeah.
Thanks so much for listening, guys.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And like and comment. Bye.
Bye.